So most of you, one of the most messages I get is how can I stop the buffering on my Firestick or my streaming device during sport, live football, however you guys watch your football. And there's multiple reasons for it. But what we can do in this video is try and do as many steps as we can to restrict it, to lower it, and to make you watch stuff buffer free. I watch without buffering. I watch everything without buffering. But let's see what we can do for you guys and try and help you out. First things to do is make sure you hit follow. That way you've had all the tips throughout the year, so you will know a lot of what you need to do. And secondly, let's just get on with it. Okay, so when it comes to live sport, and especially football, like Premier League football, depending on where you're streaming it from, if you're using unofficial sources, one of the biggest issues can be restrictions from your internet service provider. So the likes of the Premier League have injunctions out so they can instantly block unofficial streams. They can send requests to ISPs, internet service providers, to throttle bandwidth to those websites or even block those websites. And the best way to avoid any of that is by using a VPN. This whole video is not about VPN, so keep watching, but a VPN is very useful to stop that ISP throttle because they won't know you're accessing those websites, and it's very useful to obviously keep yourself safe online so people don't know what you're doing in the first place. So if you need a VPN, there is one linked underneath in the description or the pinned comment, or you can just comment VPN and I will send you the link directly in reply to your comment. That's the first one, and I would recommend that to all of you anyway if you are streaming. Secondly, if you're on a Firestick specific, is making sure you have enough storage space on your device. Okay? You should be doing this for any form of streaming, because to stream something, you do actually have to temporarily download it. So that file installs onto your device for you to watch it. That little bit you watch is on your device. Okay, then it deletes itself the next bit. That's why it runs a slight delay. So you're getting a little bit installed, then you watch it, and then it deletes it. So for those who say I stream, I don't download, you do technically download temporarily. But if you've got no space to download that little file, then it's going to buffer because there's no room for it to download and be ready for you to watch in advance. So obviously, to make sure you've got enough storage, if you go to applications, in here you'll see your storage. Let me go a little bit bigger screen for you. In here you'll see your storage over here. You can go in and delete some apps, or a key place a lot of people clog up their storage is by using the Downloader app. So anyone who uses Downloader, in your Downloader app, in the Files section, all these here, these can all be deleted, okay? Because they all hold storage, like this one here, 67.8 megabytes. These are just install files. You do not need any of them, so they can all be deleted, and that will clear you up some space. Next up can be generally your internet speed. So if you go to settings, go to network, in here you can check your network status by pushing the play button. And if you run a speed test, it will tell you what you can watch on your device. I'm just going to let that run. And there we go. So internet speed, 244.87 megabytes per second. Based on your latest speed test results, your internet speed can support up to 4K video streaming. This will also take into account the device it's connected to and the device you're on. But obviously that tells me what I can stream. If you've got really low internet speed, 20, 30 megabytes per second, you might struggle with the 4K. Okay, so don't pick massive files. Make sure you're not trying to stream high-end, like full HD or 50 frames per second if you've got a low internet speed. Okay, and that speed obviously there was with my VPN running as well. You can get a little bit of speed loss with your VPN running, but if you've got you don't need 1,000 megabytes to stream with, no, megabits to stream with, sorry. You just need 100 or 50. So don't worry if you get a bit of speed loss as long as you can stream without buffering. Okay, so next up is background apps and processes list. Make sure you do not have loads of apps running in the background on your device. As you see there, I currently have 5 apps running in the background on my device. I'll show you how to install this in a second. These are all running in the back, which are using up resources while you're trying to do something. That means your device is working overtime. And obviously it haven't got masses of RAM. It doesn't need masses of RAM, but you don't want to be doing multiple things at the same time. So you get these closed. Some people may say, well, you can just go to settings to close these. I said, yes, you can, but you won't know which ones are open. So it is worth installing this app because it tells you the ones which are open Exactly, and then you can click on close all apps. So you click close all apps, you can hit force stop, and then you push the back button. You leave your VPN running, because it's obviously catch-22, you don't want to close that one. Then you force stop the next one, force stop, and all their background processes will be stopped then, and then you just have your VPN still running. That's perfect. So to get that app, you go to the magnifying glass, and you type in here, background, apps and processes list. And then from there, you install this one. Don't install these. These are all fakes. But install this one. That one there, it's free to use. You know, it's got 23,800 reviews on it. It's a very good app, and it's one of the most important ones, which I like to fire up whenever you use it. And finally, I say finally, actually one of the first things I can do when I do come across any buffering is I get my remote and I hold down the select button and the play button together. You hold them down, and what that will do is force a restart on your Firestick. That will reboot your Firestick. That will reboot back up again, which it's going to do now for us. And as that reboots back up, it resets a lot of stuff. So what you'll find with Fire TV devices and a lot of streaming devices, they just go into sleep mode. They don't actually turn off. So things can start to clog up. So to make them run better, running that restart is very useful. And once you've restarted, you can double check your VPN is on if you've gone to this step. So remember, if you need that VPN, you can comment underneath or it is linked. So make sure your VPN is running. And I would recommend firing up that background apps and process list again, because on boot, some apps fire up. Plex is fired up. We didn't open Plex then. So close it. We're going to keep our VPN running, which I had running. We're going to force stop Plex. And there we go. That is all good to go. And so are you, hopefully. Brilliant. So hopefully that was useful for you. We'll be back throughout the week. We've got a big desk here to review. We've got loads of other streaming devices on their way. So hopefully you've liked that one. And I've been Doc Squiffy. Thank you all for watching. Check me out on all my socials. We release quick videos on a lot of other socials as well. So make sure you hit that follow button, get your VPN and stay safe. And I'll see you on the next one.